Tell us a little bit about the history of Fort Pierre Livestock. How did it all get started?
Well, Fort Pierre Livestock was built in '47. My father purchased it in the fall of '53, and we've been Hanson's been here ever since. Obviously, a different barn. We had a fire back in the late '70s, and built a different barn. But it's been. I guess I've always said I've grown up, been born and raised in it, and I think that's a pretty good analogy.
You've seen a lot of changes, obviously, over the years, and even though you're still very active, a very busy operation here, I'm sure you think back to times when this place was really hopping even more than it is now.
Well, it's been a long old deal, and been times up and times down, kind of like any business. But for most part, got terrific people with us here, and as a result, it's been successful.
Livestock, of course, such a key to this area, and you come to a sale barn, figure this and the coffee shop is where I imagine you can find out what's going on in this area, right?
Well, what'd you say about where this thing was at here? Something about the bull?
Yeah.
Once in a while, there's a little bit of that goes too.
A little bit gets moved around.
I do have one thing to clarify, though. It is snowing out, but for all you buyers on the way, it's just hitting the road dishes, not the road, so keep coming.
There you go. All right. And you're going to have a sale right after we're done. And I emphasize right after we're done, I hope.
Yeah, we'll get going just as quick as this is over. We'll get to rolling.
Yeah. And thanks for holding. We hear them out there. They're ready to come in right now. You're going to have a good sale today?
We hope so.
All right. Very good. Let's go to Johnny Smith. Johnny, every Friday is sale day here?
Every Friday now. In the fall, starting in October, we have 3 sales a week. We have a calf sale on Wednesday, a black-hided calf sale, and then on Friday we have all breeds calf sale, and Saturday a cow sale, up to the 1st of April.
About how many head go through here in the course of a year?
It varies all the way from 220 to 280,000 cattle.
Now, have you seen, how's that number changed over the years?
Well, it's the last several years it's dropped off a little, but there's still quite a few cattle.
You and I were talking before going on the air. You have a horse sale like once a year?
We have a horse sale in September, just one horse sale a year. We do that for the benefit of the Community Youth and Involved Center downtown here. All the commission derived from the horses that are sold here goes to the Community Youth Involved Center. And the volunteers from down there all help put on the sale. And it's a nice fundraiser for the community center.
I hear one of the buyers calling in right now. Did you hear that? They said, so they heard you, Dennis. So, they're calling right now, make sure the sale is going to be going. Talking about horses, the topic that's been so much in the news about the shutdown of the slaughter plants and the impact of that. And you tell me you've seen that impact even out in this part of the country.
Well, last summer we traveled clear out to the West Coast and in some of that desert land and stuff out there and out in the mountains there. We've seen some of the horses running loose, and it was ridiculous that some of these people can't afford to feed them, so they take them out and think they're turning them loose in the wild. And what they actually do is a horse that's been fed all this time and they don't want to pay for the feed anymore. They turn them loose thinking that they ride off into the sunset like they do in Rhinestone Cowboy or something. And the horses get out there and they can't eat enough stuff to survive. They starve to death or get very close to it. And where there's some of them old wild horses, them old wild stallions will kill them. It's pretty simple. As long as the geldings are out there, they have a hard. It's not pretty.
Not a good situation. Finally, Dennis, what are the challenges? There have been a lot of changes in the livestock industry, certainly, and we know that a lot of sale barns have not been able to survive over the years. Obviously, yours has all these years, still going strong. What are the challenges you face, and how have you been able to meet those challenges to be successful?
Well, biggest challenge that we face here, it looks to me like, is in all of our customers face is this monopolization of the packing industry, and looks to me like that's probably done as much to hurt our markets. In which, when we hurt the markets, you hurt our customers. You hurt us. That's probably been one of the major challenges of the whole deal. I mean, you can talk about other avenues of selling your cattle. There's a lot of avenues that weren't around 30 years ago or whatever, but it seems to me that the well-run auctions seem to be surviving and thriving, not just surviving, but thriving. I think that there are a lot of auctions in the country that are doing a very good job, and just depending on what happens with all this concentration in the industry is going to make a difference as to where this whole industry goes.
All right, we want to thank Dennis Hansen and Johnny Smith, partners here at Fort Pierre Livestock. I know you're disappointed that your part of the show is over. I mean, would you like to, I bet the mayor would give you some of his time. Would you like more time?
Oh, I think Sam needs all of his own time to. You've been picking on him a little. He's going to have to defend himself.
All right, very good. We thank Dennis and Johnny for hosting us here at Fort Pierre Livestock on the ADM Hometown Tour. Stay with us. We'll take a break and be back with Mayor Sam Tidball. That's next on AgriTalk.